Yo, 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 what's good? Family, welcome in to the Raider fans in LA, the Raider fans from the town, Raider fans from Las Vegas, and worldwide, Silver and Black Pride, baby. Welcome in to another episode of They Follow from Burners with your host, Raider Ragu. I am Raider Ragu himself. First of all, please, respectfully, like, comment, share, and subscribe. Please, we need some more subscribers. We doing well, we growing because of you guys, but we need to grow some more, y'all. We need to grow some more. Appreciate you, but please respectfully like, share, comment, subscribe. We love y'all. With all that said, let me introduce my esteemed co-host, his airness himself, Mr. Same Old Ant, Mr. AIR, Ant, Isaiah, Ant Rob. He got a gang of, he like Apollo Creed. He got 100 nicknames for the podcast arena. So introducing same old Ant. What's up, Ant?
What's going on? I always love coming on the Raider Ragu show. Do a great introduction. I always love talking Raider football with you. Uh, I'm looking forward to talking Raider football right now. I know it's not tonight. We got the Ravens versus the Chiefs, but it's just so close. Like you get that tingling
Yeah,
feeling on your skin. Your hair start to stand up. The closer and closer you get to Sunday, the
man.
closer and closer they get to snapping the football and kicking off the football and then play getting started. Right now, I'm watching Zamir White highlights, trying to see what the future holds for us at that position. As he
Yeah.
takes over bell cow. I'm probably gonna go to Garden Minshew's highlights from the last couple of years and see more so what is in store for that position as well. So
Sweet. Sweet, man. Love it. And that's what you do. You get to this point and you like, damn, I just want to see some let me get something going here so I can
yeah,
see them playing.
so
Just so you know what I mean, just to
and,
satisfy that
and,
hunger
yeah,
right quick.
and I need it to be positive. I don't need a whole breakdown. I've been watching breakdowns all off season of the good and the bad, and some of the medium. So right now I'm just like I just want to see some highlights right now, and
Right.
I can watch breakdowns every single week as we go by. So right now I'm just watching the good that we got from these players.
Okay, real quick. I didn't talk about this in the pre-production meeting we had, but quick prediction first for Texas and Michigan, the college game. Any prediction? Anything you want to add about that game, the big game this weekend, college football?
Uh, that is a big game. I'm gonna be watching because Quinn Ewers is supposed to be a quarterback that could possibly be on our radar as a guy who takes over at the position if the Gardner Minshew situation doesn't work out or Aiden Connell comes in and takes over and that doesn't work out. But I predict Michigan in a close game. I think they'll control the run better and control the clock better than Texas will just a little bit, but I think it'll be close. I think it'll be like 27-20. I predict that.
Sounds good.
May,
This is
may,
a rematch of the semifinal, correct? Did they play? I believe they did. Oh, yeah.
no, no, I thought Michigan played Alabama and then
Oh, UW played Texas.
yeah, UW played
That's
Texas.
right. That's right.
Okay,
All right.
so
You're right. I'm thinking that Michigan lost just enough players for Texas and Ewers or uh, my man Manning, just enough to squeak by, man, in a close one. So maybe like a field goal game. I'm thinking
okay.
Texas pulls it out, Paul. So
Uh,
it's gonna be a
I
good
mean,
game, though.
I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, it's just college football is so unpredictable. Like that's why I only bet on college football. Like even if the few times I might bet, like you know what I'm saying, it's just
Yeah,
far too unpredictable for me. So I kudos to the guys who out there in Vegas, at the sports book, uh, betting because I don't have the courage. But
betting
I mean,
Alabama plus 50 and then actually winning. I mean, minus 50, Alabama
Yeah,
minus 50, and actually winning that shit.
yeah,
Stuff like that. Yeah, that
yeah.
makes college crazy to bet.
So,
Okay, and then so you say
but
Michigan in a close one.
I will say Texas does have a tough schedule, and they can like get through the schedule with one or even two losses. They'll be in that playoff.
They're going to
Even
playoff.
even if they lose to Michigan here, and then let's say they win nine, and then lose another one somewhere else against a ranked team, they'll still get in the playoff. I
Yeah,
think.
as long as they don't have no ugly losses,
Yeah, yeah, no,
that
like
should be all right.
they can't get blown out this weekend. They cannot get
You
ran
definitely
off the
don't want to
field
get
this
ran
weekend.
off the field. Yeah,
Yeah,
neither
so
team.
exactly.
So you say Michigan in the close one. I say Texas in the close one. We'll see. What about tonight, man? Mr. Jackson, Mr. Mahomes, rematch of the AFC Championship. This time in
Um,
Kansas City. Who you like?
I think I said as well on the oral grind. I got Justin Tucker winning the game for the Ravens and spoiling banner night once again for the Chiefs as it was last year. So I got Action Jackson, Derrick Henry, and the boys coming to town and taking care of business.
Yeah, I got I think on all grind, I was just looking at that. I took the points +3 with the Ravens, man. I'm thinking a little bit of distraction uh
Yeah, you did say that. Like all
from
the
getting the rings.
the fireworks, the jets flying over, taking an extra 30 minutes for the pregame and stuff like that.
This morning, bro, I just watched the shootout that they had in 21. I believe it was week 2, I believe. Baltimore ended up winning 36-35. So tonight's gonna be
Oh, that
exciting,
was a
man.
while back. That
Yeah,
was a while back. Oh man.
yeah.
I
Tonight's gonna
mean,
be exciting. You know,
for whatever reason, the Chiefs seem to be Lamar somewhat of his kryptonite. He's 1-4 against them since Mahomes has taken over. I don't like to really put it quarterback against quarterback because
boy,
I mean,
It's Steve Spagnuolo is who.
no, yeah, exactly. I
That's the
mean,
constant.
the quarterbacks don't play one another, so it doesn't really matter who the quarterback is on the other team. That's why I say against the Chiefs, and he's got to figure something out, man. The last time we saw him against the Chiefs, we were quite disappointed, in his performance,
Yeah,
as well as the overall Ravens performance. But he's one of the players who's face of the league, so he's going to bear that weight more than anybody.
and then
I
when you get that far, right?
Yeah,
You want him to just take over and get you there, man. Don't.
yeah,
I just was disappointed in his performance, man. The Ravens did all right. They didn't give up a ton of points to the Chiefs. Uh,
well, you
you
have a
know,
situation with the fumble. What was that? Zay
was
Flowers,
yeah,
yeah, which I wasn't too mad at. I mean, in that situation, you were getting to that point where you're kind
trying
of
to
getting
make a
desperate
play.
for points and trying to make a play. So I can understand what happened there, but
Yeah,
yeah, I was overall disappointed in Lamar's performance. I think that he was putting a little bit of too much pressure on his own self to prove to people like, yeah, I can sit in the pocket and pass. I can sit in the pocket and pass. I'm like, cool, bro. That we know you can sit in the pocket and pass. Now take off.
yeah, yeah, man. Do what makes you special, man.
Yeah,
You
exactly.
know.
Yeah, he's a
So
special player.
that's why I was just disappointed in that performance. But tonight, to start of the next year, these dudes trying to three-peat. One team sent the other team home last year.
Yeah,
Just all the storyline you could hope for
yeah.
in the
Like like
first
we said
week
on
week zero game,
yeah,
basically.
like we said on All Grind. When you're sitting over there watching them get the rings that you had a chance to get, and you were so close to getting, and you just sitting over there pissed off the entire time during pregame. They probably a little bit more juiced up than you are on tonight. So we'll see.
Yeah.
And I also think that Steve Spagnuolo's defenses usually start out a little bit slow for whatever reason. They usually get better as the season goes on, and I think they'll be missing Legarius Sneed, who got traded this off season, as the new corner steps in to take over that position. So I just think the Ravens will take this one in close one.
So yeah, that's who I got too, man. So we split on Michigan, Texas. We both think Ravens. We know it's going to be exciting,
Yeah.
and
Oh yeah.
can't wait. All right, now here we go, man. What we're here for, brother. What
Yes.
we have finally
The boys in black and silver.
time to get down to it, man. We are opening up against a team that we put up 63 points on. That's 9 touchdowns. All
Yeah.
right. The last time we played them. Lots of stuff has changed, right? They got new
Yeah.
coaching there, totally new coaching. They got some new players, a lot of same players too.
New
Uh,
GM.
New GM as well. Actually, we have the GM that they had
Yeah,
when we
they have.
beat them by 63.
Yeah.
We have the same coach, although he's permanent now. It's not the interim. Same decor, most of the same players. One important position, quarterback. It's different.
Yeah.
All right, so familiar with these guys, getting it on with them. 1:00 in the afternoon, SoFi Stadium, Inglewood, California, this Sunday afternoon. Let's talk about what we need to do on defense. The Raiders. What?
Speaking of SoFi Stadium,
Uh,
said to be 62% Raider fans in attendance this Sunday. My bad, Ragu. Now, please go ahead.
yeah, and that's light. That's a light
Yeah.
estimate, I would say. More like 70-30, but all right, we'll give you 62-38. We'll give you that. But yeah, anyway, man, so Greg Roman, little background on Greg Roman, didn't coach in the league last year. Very interesting.
Yeah.
Tenure in Baltimore that was, I want to say, started in 18
Let me look
until
Greg.
22, if I'm not mistaken. It's Old Core there.
He started in Baltimore at 17 as a senior offensive assistant. In 18, he was the assistant head coach, and in 19, took over as O core, and
All right.
then got fired in 22.
So he won like assistant of the year, I believe, in 19 when they set the rushing record.
Yes, he did.
With 3,000 plus yards rushing as a team.
Correct.
Mark Ingram and Mr. Jackson. So Greg Roman out of football last year. Before that, with the Ravens for quite some time. Each year he was with the Ravens, they were always tops in rushing. We know partly because of Lamar, but still.
Yeah.
In
Yeah.
rush, leading the league in rushing is leading the league in rushing. And to show that you can lead the league in rushing and then always be at the top of the league in rushing shows consistency with the run game and scheme.
Absolutely.
So now I was looking at what he does. He's out the league last year. I was looking at his offense the year before that. With Lamar, it was pistol and heavy formations. So 22 personnel, 2 running backs, 2 tight ends, sometimes 3 tight ends,
Mm-hmm.
fullbacks, motion, trap blocks,
Yeah, there's a lot of
power.
times we would see only one wide receiver out
Yes.
there on the field.
Read out of all sorts of looks.
So my question is, with the read option, now that he switched quarterbacks from somebody like Mr. Lamar Jackson, who is more elusive than any other quarterback in the league, Is he going to run that read option with somebody like Justin Herbert, who has an injury history like he does? Not saying he won't run it at all, but run it as often as he did with Lamar.
I was hell no to answer your to answer your question quickly. Hell no, but like this though, and he will use it as a surprise.
That makes sense.
Yeah,
Because
and
I will say Justin Herbert is more athletic
he
than
can
some
scoop.
people give him credit for.
He can scoop,
He can
man.
run. Yeah,
Yeah,
he can run.
and remember, he came from that Oregon shit,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
That shit they
The
that shit they
spread,
was
read
doing.
option, all that
Yeah.
trickery.
So answer your question, nah, not like Lamar, but he will. They will spring that on you when you least expect it. If they get their way, it will be when you least expect it. He'll pull it out of there, pause, and keep it and go.
Okay.
But I don't
So
expect to see as much Reed. I think that's a fair statement.
yeah, okay. That's absolutely fair. He has two returning players in his offense. Greg Roman does with Gus Edwards and J.K. Dobbins. They're both familiar with his scheme, how he likes to run it. So we are going to have to definitely be on the run game. Christian Wilkins, Max Crosby, they can get after the run. We've seen it time and time again. Uh, can Malcolm Kuntz step up as the starting DN as he is now and really get after the run? He's been getting after the pass. Not to say he's terrible at the run. He's average, maybe a little bit slightly below. But I want to see that improvement against the run. We're going to have to stop the run. That's obvious against a Greg Roman offense. He is going to run the ball probably 40. Hell, he'll probably run it 60 times a game if he can.
Yeah.
You know
He
what I'm saying?
the game will dictate it. If it's working,
Yeah.
man, they'll not throw. Shit.
Yeah.
Herbert,
He'll make it look like an Army Navy game out there. You know
yeah.
what I'm saying? If it was up to him.
Herbert or no Herbert. They'll
Yeah, exactly.
they'll just run. So you have to stop them from running, or they'll that's game. And it's gonna be easy work because they're gonna run a lot of time off the clock if they have their way out there. So
Yeah.
all right,
And
so you saying we know what we gonna see, right? We gonna see the big formations, not as much read, but lots of pulls and traps and misdirection.
yeah, and I think that we'll see a lot of play action. I
Yeah,
mean, you
yeah.
got you got Herbert, so that run if the run is there, it's going to set up the play action. And that's going to really test our corners. Our corners are also going to have to tackle, but they're also going to have to cover. I know it's asking a lot to do both, but hell, that's what you're in the NFL for, tackle and cover. So we'll see if Jack Jones, Nate Hobbs, and I believe Jacorian Bennett is at the top of the depth chart currently. So we'll see if those guys are ready, as well as Trayvon Morig and Marcus Epps are ready. So we need those guys to be ready.
All right, so knowing what we know, going off what you just said. By the way, they they fuck around and have a lot more base defense in against the Chargers
Mm-hmm.
because of the running game and the bigger bodies that they're gonna have in. So it'll be interesting to see if Nate Hobbs is gonna be in there, like full time, like he usually is. But okay,
Yeah, yeah,
knowing what we know about the Chargers, even though this is really first game, we don't really know what we got, but we kind of do because we know J.K. and Gus and Greg Roman, right? We know what them three are about. They they about to try to do their thing on the ground. Now, what specifically? You're the coach. You're Patrick Graham. Let's say we're coming up with the game plan. What is our focus tonight? On Sunday? What are we trying to accomplish defensively to win this
I
game?
mean, you got your Pro Bowlers, all pro type players in Christian Wilkinson and Max Crosby. You finally have somebody in the middle who can truly open up a hole for somebody like Robert Spillane and get one-on-one with these running backs to make a tackle. You know what I'm saying? Wilkins can command two blocks. You know what I'm saying? So hey, Wilkins and Crosby, y'all's job is to, if you can't get in the backfield, I need you taking on two players at the same time, pause, and opening up for Devon Diablo and Robert Spillane to get to these guys and bring them down.
So you just said the key player, in my opinion. Number 5,
Yeah,
Divine Diablo.
last year he had issues tackling. We all saw it. It's not an understatement to say it. We all saw it. He's got to be better at tackling. You
And
you
I
went from
need
safety to
you,
linebacker, and if you're going to be a linebacker in this league, you have to tackle.
listen, with the nature of the Greg Roman scheme, they'll have two, excuse me, they'll have two people for Max, two people for Christian, and a lead blocker.
Mm-hmm.
But that's always leaves that other backer. You have to make that play. So if Spillane is taking on the lead blocker, pause, Diablo, I need you in there, man. Right there at the line. Not after he done got 2 or 3 yards, you diving on him. I need you to read that immediately, man, and get up there and make that tackle, bro. A lot of this is going to depend on you. All right? I'm going to be watching you tonight. I mean, I'm sorry, I keep saying tonight, but Sunday. Um, so I'm with you on that. They gone?
So
Go ahead.
so let me say this. Um, oh yes, John Jenkins is the other starting defensive tackle right now.
Right.
So right behind Robert Spillane and Devon Diablo are Tommy Eichenberg and Luke Masterson. So it seems like if we went with that, kind of maybe 4-3 look, it'd be either Eichenberg or Masterson in there as well. We need you guys to tackle as well. And if Diablo isn't tackling, hey, Patrick, I need you to get him out of there because we can't have that the whole game.
I'm going to be honest, man. In a game like I think this one is going to be, I kind of like Masterson better. Masterson is a better run defender than Diablo, but Diablo is a better pass defender. And because it's a passing
I
league,
agree.
that is why I believe that Diablo is the starter. And he's, kind of a one of them let him off of the bus first, kind of, freak athlete looking dude, six
Mm-hmm.
6'4", swole, running like a foe, just one of them sick athlete types.
Yeah, he can
Uh,
get sideline to sideline. He can
oh,
cover people.
absolutely.
It's just. I
It's
need
be
you to tackle.
it's here
Yeah,
with him. It's not. He has all the ability in the world.
yeah,
Some of the instincts is what I question.
yeah.
But he's out there on straight because he's a beast of an athlete. I need him to run fit better. But like you said, if we do get a situation where there's a third linebacker in there, I like Masterson. I like Masterson coming in there.
I like Eichenberg as well. I mean, from his tape at OSU,
Yeah, I just
it,
haven't seen
he
him
like.
in the league.
I,
I don't know what he's
yeah,
really brings.
I mean, he likes to get his nose in there, man. I mean, he's your old school linebacker. I want,
Masterson, I've seen play. So
yeah, Masterson too.
Tommy's
I
been
mean,
dinged up all camp long. Really, I ain't seen him. I don't know. You said you're going off the footage from Ohio State, but I would like to have seen him, and I believe in him.
that's fair.
I
That's
believe
fair.
that the pick was proper and that they got a good one, but I just haven't seen anything yet. So if we're gonna do a 3,
Yeah,
if we're gonna go base tonight, I would like to see Masterson, and I keep saying tonight, Sunday. Um, I would like to see Masterson in there. All right,
yeah,
so we know that's what we saying we got to do. Linebackers, you have to take on the lead blocker, and then the other one make the tackle, and vice
Mm-hmm.
versa. Other one take on the lead blocker, the other
We
one makes
we
the tackle.
with AP as our coach. I mean, he was a former linebacker in this league. I mean, you know what I'm saying, former captain, and he said he wants to be physical. We should have 3, 4, 5 guys swarming to the football every single time. That's what needs to happen
I'm
every
glad you
single
said that
Sunday. Every single Sunday for
because
that
I
matter.
feel like the box defender, which we should have somebody, whether it be Trayvon or Epps, down in the box, just about every snap. Uh, if Greg Roman is going to run the normal looking Greg Roman type of stuff,
Yeah,
we should have
absolutely.
a box safety, and that guy has to, because he's somewhat unaccounted for blocking scheme wise. That guy
Hmm.
has to have a great game tackling on Sunday. So
So
the box safety and the 2 middle linebackers have to have great games tackling for the Raiders to win this game.
yeah, and I would say for players to watch on defense, for our defense would definitely be Devon Diablo and Marcus Epps. I feel like those would be the 2 players to watch. They need to have good games for us to be having a successful defense. I would feel like.
And yeah, and I know why you say Marcus Epps. I'm gonna add Trayvon Merrick to it because from watching tape of Patrick Graham's defense last year, those guys interchange a lot on, like, it's really just a safety position
Mhm.
with his defense. It's not a free and a strong because you both of them play free and strong, although one plays it one of them more often, right? Like Trayvon
Yeah,
is single high
yeah,
more often than Epps, but Epps will be single high.
yeah.
Also, some interesting to watch is if they will use Isaiah Polamalu as a nickel defender against a bigger scheme.
That is certainly an option.
But so be ready for play action, linebackers, and a free box defender tackle well to win this game. All right,
Absolutely.
let's flip it over, man. Uh, on what we're gonna have to do to win this game on offense. All right, the Chargers defensive coordinator most recently was in college. But like you
Yeah.
said earlier, got some uh, league experience. Actually, been with Greg Roman before with the Ravens and John Harbaugh, right? So now they reunite with Jim. Now he's stepped up to be Jesse Minter has stepped up to be the defensive coordinator. Greg Roman is the offensive coordinator. Jim Harbaugh, the head coach. They worked with John Harbaugh previously. Uh, Mentor with University of Michigan, man. They gave up just over 10 points on the championship run last year. Very smothering defense. Uh, from what I understand, it's a 3-4 kind of scheme with some 4-2 in there. They like to man up, cover one man in the hole, and play cover three. Uh,
Yeah.
we know the
So
personnel of the Chargers very well, right? So,
yes. So I was just looking at Michigan's last 2 years because that's where he was at as defense coordinator. He's at top 10 defense, seventh the first year, the number one the next year on the championship run. So I mean, as far as college, ran a well run ship. You know what I'm saying? Did his job.
absolutely.
So they had I can't deny and act like they don't have any talent on the Chargers. They got a former guy Khalil Mack, but he act like he hates the Raiders now for some reasons that are understandable. Um, then you got Joey Bosa on the other side. They got Derwin James. Who else? Asante Samuel Jr. So they got some guys. And they always said that Brandon Staley and his defense was garbage, which I mean, can't deny. This this was proven quite a few times, even by us. So I can't lie. This is true. and we'll see what he can do with these guys. What we'll have to do is we'll have to run the football. Zamir White, Alexander Madison will have a good game to take pressure off of Gardner Minshew. And Gardner Minshew has some weapons. I'm excited to see that 12 personnel with Brock Bowers, Michael Mayer, Jacoby Myers, and Devontae Adams and Zamir White in the backfield. Uh, you know, play action. Uh, we're gonna have to run the ball, play action, and get the ball to Tay. Get the ball to Tay. You feed your star receiver, then they start trying to key in on him. You get Jacoby open, you get Brock open, you get Michael Mayer open. They're like, damn, now everybody's having a good game. And now Gardner Minshew's real calm. The run game's open. Everything's working as it should. Let's get the run going early. AP said he wants to run the ball 30 times a game. Let's get it going early. Let's get that play action going in that 12 personnel, and let's go win us a football game.
Right, right. And I feel like, you know, uh, no position can really be singled, right, for us. So
No.
you single up Tay, you know what's going to happen. You get to leaning too much to Tay, and Bowers can not Bowers, but Jacoby can get loose. Then you start paying too much attention to the receivers as a whole. You got Bowers and Mayer doing their thing. So you got to do a good job play calling. Luke Getsy does, but I think we could mix it up good enough, keep these guys on their toes. What were you saying?
I want to see if he utilizes Abdullah or Labe any. I know Labe's like deep down on the depth chart. He's the fourth running back that would carry, but seeing his college tape, seeing some of the things that he was able to do in preseason and camp, he's an exciting guy in open space. You know what I'm saying? Like he's not. I'm not going to compare him and say he's absolutely Christian McCaffrey. You know what I'm saying? But he does when he gets out in the open space. He's hard to bring down like a Christian McCaffrey. I'm not saying he's on that level. I'm not comparing anybody to C Mac. Before any of the 49er fans start getting hollering, or any NFL fans get hollering, period. I'm not. I'm just saying he's hard to bring down the open space. So I want to see if they might utilize him in the pass game or in the kick return game, maybe punt return. Who knows?
I'm excited to see the kid McAllister that made the team in the kick game.
Yeah.
I suspect in that third down situation, they're going to still go with Abdullah, even though Laube did make the squad. I just think he's got to get a little bit stronger. He needs a little bit more development before they can kind of be putting him out there. But once he does get a little bit of strength under him, he is going to be dangerous. I can see it. You can see it coming. He's had some elusiveness, some quickness, and he can catch and get upfield. But yeah, game plan wise, yeah, we're gonna have to be able to run the football. Yeah. And run. Honestly, bro, I feel like we can. We should be able to.
I mean, Zamir White doesn't have a lot of tread on his tires. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying he's just been sitting on the bench or nothing like that, but he wasn't the feature back for the past he was drafted in 2022, 2021?
22. He was a rookie in 22.
So yeah, 2022.
This
so
is third
for
year.
the last so for the last two seasons, he's been able to take that knowledge that he's learning from Josh and the other backs that we've had come through the locker room and stuff. And he's shown some highlights here and there when he's been excuse me. When he's been able to when he's been able to get in the game when Josh was hurt or whenever he had his time to get his carry. So I'm excited to see but he has to be able to prove that he's able to be that bell cow that AP wants at that running back position. Or I mean, next year in the draft, we might need to be looking at somebody to take over that position as well.
True indeed, which is very doable most years.
Yeah.
You're able to find a guy. But if he's been watching Josh and gonna follow Josh's lead, then he should be all right, man. You know,
I mean,
get that thing and
yeah, he's swole. I
fucking go.
mean,
Yeah.
he's kind of like Josh, a bigger back. He'll run in between the tackles. I think he's a little bit faster than Josh with the 40 time, but yeah, I don't think he's a better pass catcher than Josh because coming out of Alabama, he was a much better pass catcher than people gave him credit for. Um, so he's got to prove that that he can be the feature back, that he can be the guy that we can depend on come fourth quarter if we up three and we need to go get a first down. And it's like, hey, we got 3 downs to go get this first down right here. I need to be able to turn around and say, hey, go get 4 yards each carry.
Now, I haven't seen a lot of swerve out of him.
No.
I saw him make a catch on the sideline against Indy last year, make a move on a guy and then get somewhere. But I don't see a lot of that in this game. Frankly, Madison either.
Mm.
So these guys are cut and go guys, looking to punish a defense over time, have them get tired of physically having to bring these guys down to the ground, play after play. Uh, both of them pretty big guys, big backs.
Yeah.
I just hope they stay healthy. That's where
Yeah.
we can get into
Agreed.
trouble. Yeah, that's where we can get into
Agreed.
trouble if, with the style of play from what was displayed from Getsy, the preseason, it's really a lot of just cut, one cut and slam that thing in there, pause.
Yeah.
So, health is what I'm a, a little concerned about. I ain't gonna say worried, just a little bit of I have it in the back of my mind, like, man, these guys
Yeah.
out there running hard and they running into guys. I'm just hoping that they can stay healthy. And because Josh played through a lot of stuff that I don't think a lot of Raider fans knew.
Played through a
Uh,
fractured shoulder,
man,
sprained ankles,
yeah,
pulled hamstrings and things like that. He played through a lot of stuff. And it's like, so, yeah, I can understand why he was hurt when the first time the Raiders ain't giving him his money. So I can
yeah,
understand. But
yeah.
best of luck to Josh. Wish him the best. But Zamir, it's your time now. I
Yeah,
think that the best thing is to, you know, if Zamir can handle the 20 to 25 carries a game, give like, 10 to 15 between Abdullah and Madison, to keep the heavy
that'll
workload
be
off
more
of
than enough.
Zamir
Yeah,
and keep him fresh for when the playoffs come and then he has to carry the ball even possibly 30 times a game.
yeah, that would be more than enough. Uh,
Yeah,
if we could get 20 plus out of him.
yeah, and Gardner, I want to see you scramble a bit, man. I want to see you if somebody's not open or if hell there'll be times Mac might get a quick jump off the ball or Bosa gets a quick jump off the ball. If you got it, make something shake with your legs, man. Do what you got to do to go win a football game.
And that is what I'm looking forward to. And I think it's going to be the difference
Yeah, I think
Sunday.
that was the difference when they chose who the QBs were going to be. Like they said, experience, and I also think that Gardner is a little bit more. If it's not there, I'm going to go. Hayden is still going to try to make something work from the pocket. He's not going to try to get out of there too often.
So, man, run the football well. Uh, get the play action going. Get the ball to Tay. Score when we in the red zone. Touchdowns.
Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. I don't want to see Daniel Carlson coming out there nothing but for extra points, kickoffs, and possibly a game-winning field goal if need be. But I don't
So,
want it to come down to that. So, and
so
also take the oh my gosh, we forgot the most important thing, Ragu. Take care of the football.
yeah,
Take care
yeah,
of the football.
absolutely.
That's a given. So every single week, take care of the football.
Win
Win
the
the turnover
turnover
battle.
game. Yeah, exactly. Not to the point of worrying about it, right? Because
Yeah, yeah,
that's what Al Davis's thing was with the whole just win. Don't be out there worried about messing up, right?
yeah.
That was where this dude Josh McDaniels had the team too tight.
Mm-hmm.
Just win in that regard, but don't be loosey goosey with the football.
Yeah.
Secure the football, win the turnover battle, and everything else we said. stop the run, right?
Absolutely.
Linebackers, free defender in the box, have a good day tackling.
Absolutely.
Um, stay glued to the receivers and play action. Then we
Yeah.
got to run the football, right?
Oh
Get
yeah.
the ball to Tay, score when we in the red zone, touchdowns. Um,
Yeah.
take care of the
That, that
football.
that's the recipe to winning a football game.
That's a recipe to beat these guys for sure. So I ain't gonna hold to people, man. You got anything else? We say what we need to do. The game is at 1 o'clock Sunday. We sit here on Thursday. Oh, injury report. Let me see.
Let me see. Charger injury report. I'll do Chargers while you do the Raiders.
All right.
Let me see if they got anybody on the injury report. Oh, I got both. Okay, here we go. So, Justin Herbert's dealing with his foot, so that's a little bit something to watch. But he's expected
Is
to
he?
play.
He's questionable.
He was a full participant the last couple practice.
Full
So,
participant. All right.
the
He's
game,
playing.
the
He's playing.
games, yeah, the game statuses are unspecified right now. They'll be announced tomorrow. But if he's a full participant, he's playing. DJ Chark he has not participated in practice Wednesday or Thursday, so it's likely he won't be playing. Joshua Palmer is dealing with uh the wide receiver is dealing with a knee injury. He didn't practice on Wednesday, but he was a full participant Thursday, so it's likely he'll play. And then Tahib still, a defensive back who's dealing with a hip. He was a limited participant these past 2 days. So for the Raiders, we got Brock Bowers, who's dealing with a foot injury. He's a limited participant the last 2 days, as well as Tommy Eichenberg, who's dealing with a knee injury, limited participant. Hamstring injury for Decameron Richardson. So these are all the rookies, limited participant. So I think they're taking it slow with the rookies. Want to make sure they're not hurt if they're going to
You
play.
see.
We'll
You
find.
see. Colts knee not listed. What does that? What
Yeah.
does that mean, man?
So Wednesday he wasn't listed. He was probably getting treatment. Probably didn't even practice. But he was limited participant today. So we'll find out tomorrow. If he's a full participant tomorrow, then he'll play. The rest of these guys I'm about to name, uh, these next four guys I'm about to name were full participants. Long snapper Jacob Bobby Moyer.
Bobby Moore. Yeah.
Yeah, abdomen, full participant. Colton Miller, the big old tackle, definitely need him. Shoulder, full participant. Uh, Linebacker Robert Spillane, his back is bothering him, full participant. And then Tyree Wilson, his foot, not sure if it's the same
It's
foot
the
that,
surgically. Yeah, that's my immediate
yeah,
question. Was damn? Is that
yeah,
foot still?
full participant. And then Jackson Powers Johnson, he's dealing with the illness. So he didn't practice. But he was second on the depth chart at the guard position, anyways, with Kobe Whitehair starting.
Yeah.
As Powers Johnson, excuse me, didn't get much of a training camp. So
I'm thinking JPJ and Colts are fine. Raiders look ready to go. Doesn't look like DJ Chark is gonna play though
yeah, DJ Chark doesn't look like he's gonna
for the
play.
Chargers.
I I I I I think they might hold Cameron Johnson out this week.
And
Just
Richardson.
with it being, yeah, Cameron Richardson. Thank you. Sorry. This week, with it being a hamstring and him being a limited participant these last 2 days, it just, the hamstring is just something you don't want to play with, and he's a rookie. You don't want to
Yeah.
take his whole rookie season away just for the opening game. You know what I'm saying?
True
And then
indeed.
it's possible, Tommy Eichenberg as well could also sit out with a knee injury. And I think Brock is going to want to play. He just did an interview. I think it was a few hours ago, and he was like, "Hey, I'm just ready. I want to play some football," and he looks ready to go. So
Yeah. So yeah, limited participant. I think he'll be ready to go. A lot of it was precautionary, holding him out
yeah,
those last two
absolutely.
preseason games, from what I understand. So they kind of knew what they had after that first one.
I just think with Tommy and Decameron, uh, they're them not being starters and not truly immediately being needed. I know that Tommy's a second string middle linebacker, but I think Luke can step in that position as well as Maury Burney can fill in for this one game to make sure those guys are all right. Even if they dress, they might not get too much playing time.
Bernie could give us some minutes too. I forgot to mention him. That's a good one,
Mm-hmm.
good mention on that one. Also, Darnay Holmes may also get a little playing time too. The corner that they just got off waivers from the Giants spent some time with Patrick Graham before.
Yeah.
So, all right, man, we ain't gonna hold the people. Quick score prediction, and we gonna get out of
Ah, I think we will have a little bit trouble getting into our offense a little bit, with it being the first week, new offense. So I think it'll be a low scoring game, but I do think we win this game. I think the Chargers will have a bit trouble with their offense as well, with it being a new offense. So I think it'll be low scoring game. Give me 17-13 Raiders.
it. So I'm thinking the same way, low scoring. Both teams kind of want to do the same thing as far as ball control, uh, running the football, taking up a lot of clock. So that's not going to leave a lot of time for drives and scoring. So I'm thinking, man, I'm kind of like right there with you, man, but I'm going to say 20-13
Okay.
Raiders.
All right. That sounds good to me. You going to the game? I know it's in LA, so
No,
nah,
I'm
you
not,
at the
man.
crib.
I
Okay.
am not. I will be actually at the gig, but watching for sure.
For sure. Okay. All right. And
So
Raider fans in attendance, be loud while the Raiders are on defense, not while they're on offense. Same thing when we come back home. Loud when they're on defense, quiet when they're on offense. Please.
so we'll get back with y'all on Sunday, no later than Monday to see how all of this went. All right.
Yes,
So
sir.
good looking. Thanks for joining me, brother. And
Thank you for having me, my brother.
like I always say, just win, baby, and
Just win.
peace.
Peace.